It has finally been 12 months, 1 full year since I got my hair transplant in Turkey. Let me show you how it looks and catch you up on everything that's happened so far. Okay, month 0 to 3 months. This is probably gonna be the hardest part of the whole hair transplant. Everyone says this because it's true. Hats are gonna be your best friend, so find a hat that you like. I mean, you're gonna have a bunch of red dots on your head. And then right after that, you'll go through the shedding phase, which is the worst because the parts of your hair that you want fixed are gonna be the most exposed. But that is a good sign that everything is going to plan. And once you get through that, you're good. Okay, so months 4 through 8. Now things are really starting to grow in. You're gonna see hair where you didn't see hair before. If you've got a shorter hairstyle, you'll probably look good around the 6-month mark, since that should be around 3 inches of non-hair transplanted growth and like 1.5 inches of transplanted hair growth. And it's around this point that people get their first haircut and things are really starting to look nice and even. I mean, me personally, I waited a really long time to get my haircut, which was probably a mistake. If I had to do it again, I would recommend getting one as soon as possible so that everything looks all even and shaped. I think I waited about like 6 or 7 months, which was a bit too long for me. The back of my hair was just like thick and like bulging out, and the front of it was like little short wisps. And that leads us into months 9 through 12, 1 full year. And it's by this point that you can really see your new hairline, and all those baby hairs at the front are nice and long. One quick thing I wanted to point out as you're taking in my new hair, I got a haircut 2 weeks ago where I accidentally got it like really thinned out. I usually ask for the stylist to use those thinning shears all over my hair because my hair gets really like bulky and thick. I don't know if these shears were like a little broken, but she really thinned out my hair. And because of that, and not the hair transplant, just want to make that clear, you can kind of see that like these front pieces are like really thin and wispy and kind of like see-through. I'm going to throw up some photos on the screen here of what my hair looked like just 2 weeks ago before I got my haircut, and you can see how thick it looks. But I mean, again, I'm talking about a bad haircut that I got 2 weeks ago still, so it probably looks fine now to you guys and I'm just yapping, but okay, adjusted the angle a little bit. Wanted to give you guys a closer look here. This is how that right side is looking. It's a nice clean line. You know, if I'm out and about and a wind gust comes and it blows my hair a bit, at least you can tell that there's a good clean hairline going on under there. This is how the hairline is looking. So as you can see on this right side here, it definitely looks a bit more thick and full. For some reason, I don't really know why that didn't carry over to the left side. So yeah, hopefully you can see that there's no redness or scarring or anything left over from the hair transplant. And it honestly doesn't look any thinner than it did before. If you were just looking at the back of my head, I don't think there's any way that you could tell that I've had a hair transplant. I mean, overall, I'd say this hair transplant was worth it for me. And in terms of Smile Hair Clinic, I definitely would recommend them. And you can check out my first video for the full hair transplant experience. I basically take you behind the scenes into the full process, from leaving my apartment in Chicago, all the travel to the clinic, the full diagnosis and procedure at the clinic, and then I even show you the first 2 weeks of aftercare. So if you want to see that or learn more about that, you can click the link up here or in the description. But on that, I will just say that I always felt taken care of when I was there. Like, I literally didn't have to worry about anything. And even the follow-up care from the clinic was super thorough. They checked in over email consistently for me to send them photos of the growth so that way they could make sure everything was going well. And I even asked a few questions here and there and they responded quickly. And I know in my first video, I dived into like how I felt about wanting to get a hair transplant. And now that it's been a year and I have it and it's like fully grown out at this point, I'm really happy with it. It definitely doesn't look like it recedes all the way back like it used to. It's not perfect, but it's so much better than what I had. And this was much more of a solid fix than trying any of those topical treatments on it. I do want to say thank you for following along my process if you've been watching all these videos. This is my final video now that it's been a year. I really do hope this was helpful in helping you decide if a hair transplant is right for you or not. And if you are considering it, you can text Ryan Leshock 100 to the WhatsApp number below, send them a few photos, and you'll get a free consultation on what they're thinking and the cost of it. Plus, you'll get €100 off your total price. Now that sounds like a good deal. I mean, this is crazy that it's been a year, you know? I've just learned so much about myself and my hair and how to maintain it over this past year. But one final thought I do want to leave you with, just remember that this decision is yours. Don't let other people influence whether you do or don't want to get a hair transplant. If it feels like something you want to do, sit with it for a month. Check back in after a month, and if it still feels good, then maybe it's right for you. All right, that's it. I wish you luck in your hair growth journey, and I'll see you in the next one.